Hello, fabulous friends, fans, and superstars. Welcome to your horoscope for the week of October 14, 2018. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. What an amazing week it is. We have an active sky. We have a sky that is promising synchronicities and conversations and communications of all kinds. It is going to be one where there are going to be awarenesses that transpire and at the same time, absolute inspiration. I'm so excited to tell you about it all. So let's start with early in the week. There is going to be a meeting in the sky with Mercury and a retrograde Venus. Venus has been retrograde since early this month, and we've officially been in the Venus retrograde season since early September. And I do think that this is going to be one of those important moments as part of the larger trajectory of this season, which will take us right into the middle of December. It is as Mercury meets Venus that there will be a clarity, a mind level clarity about what it is that we are really feeling. An intellectual understanding and articulation about what so far has just been emotion. And there's a sense with this that we are awakening in some ways to what it is and whom it is that we truly have love for. I do think, as I look at this larger picture, that this is going to be one of those weeks because of this, what astrologers call conjunction, because of this meeting of these two planets. I do think that this is going to be one of those moments as we look back when we get to the end of the year where we realized this was pivotal. You know, Maya Angelou has this very famous saying, just about everybody knows it, and it is, when people show you who they are, believe them. Well, this is the kind of week where people are showing us who they are. They're trying to show us who they are. But Venus is retrograde, and we have this beautiful connection between Mercury and Neptune happening as we move towards the end of the week. And so chances are we are going to see more from a lens of hope and desire and fantasy and wanting to be swept off our feet and feeling kind of caught up in a moment and swept off our feet. Now that can be a beautiful emotion and it should be cherished. That is part of what memories are made of. However, because Venus is retrograde, if it is that you're trying to make an honest evaluation about a person that you just met or someone that you're just getting to know, or even reach an agreement within an established bond, it is a better time to gather experience, to gather evidence than necessarily secure a bond with someone else. Now, of course, it's always up to you to decide what's right for you in light of your unique circumstances, and there's nothing wrong with going all in as well if that's what you feel called to do and inspired to do. As much as it is that we may be witness to something or we may be realizing something, at the same time, there is another impulse that is saying, well, maybe it's not, maybe it's different. Or not wanting to see it at all, not being ready to see it. And that doesn't mean it's anything bad. It can be something really good. A lot does depend on what is happening in your unique birth chart and the charts between two people. But let's just say when Venus is retrograde, she's especially close to the Earth and her energies are that much more heightened. And I like to think with a retrograde planet, especially a transiting retrograde planet, there's a strong element of karma there. There's a strong element of becoming aware of where it is that you have been before and where it is that you have traveled before. Thankfully, with Mercury meeting Venus in the sky, this is going to give a lot of people a chance to speak of those things, to talk about those things that they may otherwise just sort of brush under the rug or not really want to look at, or feel like they have said so many times that they don't know how to say it. Well, this is where Venus retrograde meeting Mercury actually helps a lot, because it allows us to find new ways to express ourselves and to share what it is that we really feel, to communicate in a way where we're able to actually reach this person that we love in the hopes of reaching a greater understanding and a greater sense of connection as well. This is happening in the sign of Scorpio, and the sign of Scorpio is one of profound intimacy and vulnerability with another person. It is personal honesty and being willing to be honest with another so much that it changes you in the moment of that sharing. When it is that these two planets get together in the sign of Scorpio, no less, we are wanting to be honest with someone. We are wanting to dig deep within ourselves and understand what's really going on, what it is that we're really feeling, and what it is that has brought us to this moment in our learning. And as part of bringing awareness, find ourselves changed. I think about how this beautiful energy as we move later into the week starts to set in, and I do think that the awarenesses that may feel particularly strong as we start the week will lend themselves to a feeling of faith and a feeling of knowing that there is love in the world for us and for each of us in our own individual journeys that we do share with others. Towards the end of the week, Mercury will be speaking with Mars in a conversation of tension. Now, I find it interesting that this is happening under the same sky that Mercury is speaking with Neptune, because that Neptune connection is one of compassion, of universal connection and universal love. And it is one of being able to see the wisdom playing out and being grateful for it, being inspired by it. But that connection to Mars is a little bit different. Mars, of course, is slowly continuing to move through the sign of Aquarius. And Mars as a planet is a highly individualistic energy. It's an energy that is very focused on self and acting from that place of knowing thyself. The sign of Aquarius is one with a lot of dichotomy to it. And so it is one, if you look at the glyph, it's two waves, and they essentially are mirroring each other. And one of the waves represents the collective, and it speaks to humanitarian issues and caring for each other. But the other wave is highly individualistic. It is about you being able to walk your own path because I want to walk my own path and be able to live my truth. And so I allow you to live your truth. That is part of the dichotomy of those two waves that symbolize the sign of Aquarius. And so when Mars gets in here, there's a sense of motivation to empower the self. But then how does that actually fit into what other people may want of us and where it is that we fit into larger groups? Now you add to this the layer of Mercury moving through the sign of Scorpio, which is very personal, whereas that Mars in Aquarius is not so personal. Well, it does suggest a time when we are going to be considering how it is that we want to communicate some of our deepest feelings while still honoring that other people see things differently and have their own individual journeys and allowing them to walk it as they need to. Mercury speaking with Mars in this type of conversation that astrologers call a square can sometimes bring with it words that may seem more aggressive than they may be intended. It can feel like the actions of others are in some way stirring us very deeply, provoking us and activating us in ways that maybe don't necessarily feel comfortable. Sometimes these are personal interactions or interactions with groups, and sometimes they're larger a phenomenon that is taking place that in some way is stirring our soul. One thing to know though is that Mars is at the tail end of the Mars retrograde season, and so these are lessons that we have been going through since the spring in particular, and it is now as Mars starts winding down this larger cycle that we are going to come to some personal understanding and some personal conclusions for ourselves where we realize what is it that needs to change and how do our own lives and our own decisions and who we are as people and how we live fits into that larger change that we are hoping for. What I love about this week for us, well, look, I do love that meeting of Mercury and Venus. I think that that is going to bring a lot of clarity and an ability to truly communicate what it is that we've been feeling, possibly at least for weeks. And at the same time, I do love that Neptune and Mercury energy. I think this is great for poets and for writers and for anyone who has a desire to plug into source and communicate something profound or just beautiful. If you create music in your life, whether literally or metaphorically, it is going to be this energy that blesses you with inspiration that you can bring to us and you can bring back to us and create beauty in the world as a result. And what I do really love about this week is that Mars retrograde season is almost over. Just later this month, it will be over. And it is going to be now where we start to understand through our interactions with others how far we have come in the work that we have done on ourselves and how much better we are for it. Well, thank you so much for watching. What do you love about this week? What are you excited about? How are you hoping to tap into that Mercury energy? Let me know in the comments below. I absolutely love reading you guys, and I look forward to interacting with you. If you want to find out what all this wonderful stuff this week means for you and your sign, log on to nadiyashah.com. Sign up to be one of my superstars. Superstars get expanded, exclusive video scopes each and every week, unlimited access to special horoscopes, and so much more. All of this in the superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there. And of course, special horoscopes are on my website as well, nadiyashah.com. I'm in the middle of teaching, lots of teaching happening now, teaching coming up. I'm very excited about the autumn session of Synchronicity University that is underway live Saturday afternoons EST online. It's been an incredible group that's been joining. Thank you so much to everyone who's joined us live. A lot of the people who register can't necessarily join us live, but they do download the replay afterwards, and thank you so much to them as well. And of course, all my previous classes as part of Synchronicity University are available at synchronicityuniversity.com. The current session focuses on some of the most popular questions asked of astrologers. Next week's class is Fortune and Luck in the Astrology Chart, and then the week after the live class is Astrological Signatures in the Astrology Chart. Previous classes are available for instant download, including the ones I did this month, which included Money, Work, and Career in the Astrology Chart. Where else? And also Life Purpose in the Astrology Chart. So thank you so much for your trust. I'm also part of an astrology summit taking place at Astrology University. It's all about astrology and destiny. And it is a free online event that is taking place the last weekend of this month. And I really hope to meet friends and fans online. I'm actually participating as a host along with the amazing Tony Howard, and we'll be co-interviewing some amazing people in astrology today, really living legends and brilliant minds. And I'm so very excited about it. Some of these people, lots of these people are my friends and just people that I adore. So we're gonna have a lot of fun. Of course, while I'm teaching Synchronicity University, I will be at that space. But other than that, all of the last weekend of this month, I will be at Astrology University, and you can register and watch for free by clicking on the link in the description below. Some live events to look forward to. I have a live event that I'm participating in as a special guest. The event is hosted by Maurice Fernandez, a renowned esoteric astrologer, and it is really a healing journey, a transformative journey right here in Mexico, a live event. And you can learn more about that. It's in the last week of January and first days of February of 2019. And you can learn more by clicking on the link in the description below. And also in the new year, I've got other events coming up as well that I'm really excited about, including in May, I will be in Seattle and in Vancouver. And then Labor Day weekend, going forward in 2019, I'm going to be back in Baltimore, and I'm really excited about that. And of course, details will follow. I'll be here every step of the way, reminding you that we have an opportunity to meet and learn together and just have a lot of fun live, whether online or in real life, which is also really fun too. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for this moment with you. Thank you for your continued trust. I am so very grateful for all of it. And I hope that part of the ongoing conversations that are going to take place this week, thanks to Mercury, remind you and remind us all to always keep at the forefront the understanding and the affirmation that no matter what is going on, no matter where you are in your life right now, you can appreciate how it is that maybe this moment is moving you towards greater love and greater wisdom as part of a larger mystery and a larger wisdom playing out at all times. Well, thank you again. It'll be a great week. Enjoy.